गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य शिक्षाष्टकम। चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निनिर्वापणं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्वपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्। नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पिता नियमितस्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशमिह जनिनानुराग तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानेन मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि। न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि। अयि नन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति। युगायतं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृशायितं शून्यायतं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य मापादरतां पिनष्टु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परा। प्रभुरशिक्षाष्टकश्लोक जयी पाढे शूने कृष्णे प्रेम भक्ति तार बाड़े दीने दीने। Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written a very beautiful bhajan glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and many prominent devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kali kukura kada jadi chao he कलियुग पावन कलि भय नाशन श्री शचीनंदन गाओ हे। कलियुग पावन कलि भय नाशन श्री शचीनंदन गाओ हे। गदाधर मादन नितायर प्राणधन अद्वैतेर प्रपूजित गौर निमाई विश्वंभर श्रीनिवास ईश्वर भक्त समूह चित्त चोरा नदिया शशधर मायापुर ईश्वर नाम प्रवर्तन सूरा गृहजन शिक्षक न्यासिकुल नायक माधव राधा भावपूरा सार्वभौम शोधन गजपति तारण रामानंद पोषण वीरा रूपानंद वर्धन सनातन पालन हरिदास मोदन धीरा व्रजरस भावन दुष्टमत शातन कपटी विघातन काम शुद्ध भक्त पालन शुष्क ज्ञान ताडन छल भक्ति दूषण राम कलियुग पावन कलि भय नाशन श्री शचीनंदन गाओ हे। If you wish to vanquish the dog-like personality of Kali, Kali Kukura Kadan. Kukur means dog. Kali means Kaliyug. If you wish to vanquish the dog-like personality of Kali, Kali Kukura Kadan, Jadi Chaho Hai, if you really want to overcome The dog-like personality of Kali. Why is Kali compared to dog? In America, it may be considered as a compliment. As loyal as a dog, my dear puppy, my dear pet. People love dogs here. A Vaishnav loves everyone. Surida Sarvadehinam. Titikshava, Karunika, Surida Sarvadehinam. These are the symptoms of a sadhu. So why a dog is being compared to Kali? Srila Prabhupada says that dog is quite an abominable animal. Even animals are categorized based on the modes of material nature. A cow, for example, is in the mode of goodness, but a dog is considered quite abominable in the mode of passion and ignorance because the dog, it has been seen in India that outside the house in the courtyard in the Angan, there is a Tulsi plant. And Srila Prabhupada says that the dog is quite an offender, comes and urinates even on the Tulsi plant. Also, the dog is quite indiscriminate in what it eats. There may be meat, bones in the mouth of a dog. So a dog is not exactly like a cow. A dog is considered in the mode of passion and ignorance. Also, when a dog gets affected with rabies, the dog can, rabid dogs bite, and thousands of people have died because of the bite of a rabid dog. Even though dog is considered to be very dear in the Western world, I have seen several cases of dogs turning on their masters and biting their masters, especially pit bulls, for example. So Kali is compared to a dog because Kali Yuga is characterized by Kalaha. Kalaha lati iti Kali. Bringing quarrel, breaking friendships, breaking relationships. That is the work of Kali. And hypocrisy. Showing oneself more advanced than one actually is. These are the two hallmarks of the dog-like personality called Kali. In Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, we see how Kali personified was dressed as a king, even though he was not the king. The king is Parikshit Maharaj, but in front of Maharaj Parikshit, Kali presents himself as a king. That is called hypocrisy. Showing oneself more advanced than one actually is. So, if we want to overcome the dog-like personality of Kali characterized by fighting, see how the dogs they fight. When the dog in India, for example, gully ka kutta, we say na, if the dog from one gully encounters dog from another gully, they will fight. They will fight over property, they will fight over land, fight over territory. So this fighting tendency is the hallmark of Kali. If you want to overcome the dog-like personality of Kali, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahasaya is saying, then take shelter of Kali Yuga Pavan. That personality who is a savior in the age of Kali. Kali Yuga Pavan and Kali Bhai Nashan, one who nullifies all fear produced by Kali Yuga. Whenever there is quarrel and hypocrisy, we are taken away from Krishna because Krishna doesn't like quarrel and hypocrisy. And when we go away from Krishna, there is all fear, bhai. Ahar, nidra, bhai, maithun. Whereas if you go to Krishna, bhajahu re mana, Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindaya. We get abhayatva if we approach Krishna. If we go away from Krishna, we get bhaya. Sakrideva prapannoyam tavasmiti sayachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. So if we want to overcome the dog-like personality of Kali, the fear produced by Kali by taking us away from Krishna, then we must take shelter of that personality who is Kali Bhaya Nashan, who destroys the fear caused by Kali. And that personality is one and only our Ishtadev, Shri Shachinandan. Then we must chant the names, sing the names, gao, sing the names of Shri Shachinandan Gaurahari. Kali Kukura Kadan Jadi Chaho He, Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhaya Nashana, Shri Shachinandana Gao He. Hari Bol. So beautiful. श्री शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय, श्री निताय शचिनंदन की जय. गदाधर मादन नितायेर प्राणधन अद्वैतेर प्रपूजित गौरा निमाई विश्वंभर श्रीनिवास ईश्वर भकत समूह चित्त चोरा. Gaura is the joy, happiness, exhilaration, ecstasy of Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhara Madan. Gadadhar Madan means one who maddens Shri Gadadhar Pandit by love. That personality for whom Shri Gadadhar Pandit literally goes transcendently crazy. When Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was leaving Shri Jagannath Puri Nilachal Dham to go to South India, Shri Gadadhar Pandit almost became mad in pangs of separation. Especially when Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Gadadhar, you cannot come with me. You stay back. You have taken Kshetra Sannyas. Gadadhar Pandit said, I don't care about my Kshetra Sannyas. I want to come with you. My Kshetra Sannyas was meant to be with you. If you are going to leave Nilachal and go somewhere else, I am coming with you. No, you have promised that you will not leave Gopinath, Tota Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit said, you are non-different from Gopinath. Jai Gaura, say Krishna, say Jagannath. So being with you will not break my vow. Mahaprabhu said, no, you are not coming. I don't give you permission to come. And Gadadhar Pandit would not do anything without the permission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu left. Even to Vrindavan, first time when Mahaprabhu went from Nilachal on his attempt to go to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu told Gadadhar Pandit, you are not coming with me. You stay back in Jagannath Puri. Gadadhar fainted in the madness of ecstasy. Gadadhara Madana. Nityayera Pranadhan. Nityananda Prabhu will do anything for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu's entire life is to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityayera Pranadhan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shachinandan Gaurahari is the life and soul of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu remained hidden and quiet until the time he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he came to know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has started the Nam Sankirtan movement, immediately Nityananda Prabhu left Vrindavan Dham and came to Navadvip. And in the house of Sri Nandanacharya, the two transcendental, eternal brothers, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, they were reunited. Sri Nityananda Prabhu did not begin preaching until Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to preach. Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas, Amara Agya Tumi Kariya Prakash. Until Mahaprabhu gave orders to preach, Nitai did not preach. Mahaprabhu told him, just preach indiscriminately to everyone. Like a Avdhut, Nityananda Prabhu started preaching. Almost Avdhut is like a sannyasi. In fact, beyond sannyas. And that same Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went told Nitai that now I want you to preach as a grahastha. Because as a grahastha, you can go anywhere. You can meet anybody. You can even associate with the money-minded people, merchants and others. I want you to get married. Imagine 500 years ago in the Orthodox Smarta society for a Avdhut sannyasi to enter Grahastha ashram. It must be so abominable. Vatanshi, they are called. One who, Ashi means to eat. Vatanshi means one who eats their own vomit. You vomit out dirty things and you leave it behind. But Vatanshi means one who vomits and eats that vomit. Because as a sannyasi, as a avdhut, you have renounced material life. And now again you want to enter material life by getting married? It is considered a big fall down. And Nityananda Prabhu had no qualms, no second thoughts. My Mahaprabhu told me to become a grahastha, I will go and marry. Two wives. Vasudha Janava Patim. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is called in Sri Nityananda Ashtakam. Nityananda Prabhu will do anything for Mahaprabhu. Nitayera Pranadhana. Advaitera Prabhujita Gaura. And our Gaurachand, he is worshipped by Sri Advaita Acharya. He is the worshipable personality, Ishtadev of Sri Advaita Acharya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non different from Shaligram Bhagwan. Sri Advaita Acharya worshipped Shaligram Bhagwan with Ganga Jal and Tulsi, requesting Shaligram Bhagwan, the Supreme Lord, to descend. And that Supreme Lord came as Sri Gaura Bhagwan. Even when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing his Leela, many instances Sri Advaita Acharya would offer worship, would offer puja to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in this chapter, we saw earlier how Advaita Acharya worshipped Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya would play so many tricks to get the dust from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu in ecstasy would faint in Srivasangan, and all the devotees would go and bring Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to external consciousness by loudly chanting Harinam in Mahaprabhu's ear. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Mahaprabhu would come back to external consciousness. So in ecstasy, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would faint in Srivasangan, in the presence of all the confidential devotees, Sri Advaita Acharya would tell them, shh, wait. Don't chant the holy name in his ears and bring him to external consciousness yet. First, let me take dust from his feet. And as Mahaprabhu is lying unconscious, Advaita Acharya would smear the dust from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Dev on his body. And then he would say, ha, now you can wake him up. And Mahaprabhu would wake up, come back to external consciousness. And the kirtan was resumed. And sometimes Mahaprabhu would say, today I'm not feeling ecstasy. I think somebody has taken dust from my feet. I'm not feeling ecstasy. Has anyone stolen dust from my feet? And now what can the devotees do? Advaita Acharya is their leader. He is the founder Acharya of all the devotees in Navadvip. How can you snitch? How can you tell on him? So all the devotees are, at the same time, Mahaprabhu is asking, how can you not speak the truth to Mahaprabhu when he's asking you? Gaurang Prabhu. Gaurang Prabhu is asking. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is asking Gaurang Prabhu. Gaurang Prabhu, who took dust from my feet? Did you see anybody? Oh. What to do? Pradyumna Prabhu, did someone take dust? Mahaprabhu would ask, what to do? How can we tell on Advaita Acharya? He's our leader. He has done so much for us. And they are all looking down. They cannot say yes. They cannot say no. Finally, Advaita Acharya would step forward and said, if someone is a thief and the master, owner of all the riches is very vigilant, guarding his wealth, then what option does the thief have but to enter the house at night when the master is asleep and steal the treasure? You never voluntarily give me the dust from your lotus feet. I asked so many times, you refuse, you refuse, you refuse, you refuse. Like a rich man, you are guarding the wealth of the dust of your lotus feet. So when you are not conscious, I must come and steal. What is my fault? Bolo, bolo. Is it my fault? Come on, devotees, is it my fault? And all the devotees are. Then Mahaprabhu would say, you are the thief. Now I must get my treasure back by taking the dust from your feet. And then others say, no, you cannot do that. And he would start running, and Mahaprabhu would chase behind him, and they're running in circles in Advaita Acharya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is chasing behind Sri Advaita Acharya. And it is said Advaita Acharya was an old man, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a young man. Mahaprabhu must be 20 years old, which puts Advaita Acharya at the age of 72. 72-year-old retired man is running. Mahaprabhu is a 20-year-old youth. He's running behind Sri Advaita Acharya. And with his ajanulambita bhuja, with his long arms, he would catch hold of Advaita Acharya and tackle him down to the ground and then forcefully sit on him and take the dust from his lotus feet. And seeing this, all the devotees would come and they would also, Bhati Ganga mein hath dholo. They would also take the dust from the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya. And in this way, Srivas Angan devotees would have great fun. Now, see, all this common people are not qualified to witness. Therefore, at night in the kirtans, ordinary people were not allowed. Ordinary devotees were also not allowed. They will be bewildered. What is happening to this 72-year-old man? And what is Nimai doing? Tackling Advaita Acharya to the ground and then forcefully taking his dust. So, this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always worshipped by Sri Advaita Acharya. Advaitera Prabhujita Gaura. Now, if we go like this, it will take many hours to finish this bhajan. So, we will now just read the translation. Nimai Vishwambhara, he is known as Nimai, born under a neem tree. He is known as Vishwambhar because he is the maintainer of the whole world. Shri Nilambar Chakravarti Thakur gave the name Vishwambhar, and Shachi Mata and all the Pativrata Naris of Navadvip gave him the name Nimai because neem tree is considered to have antiseptic properties. Neem tree also protects from ghosts. Ghosts and all, they can never reside on a neem tree. Neem tree is considered to be very pure. So, Nimai is called Nimai, born on the neem tree, praying that this name Nimai will protect him from all evil spirits, ill health, because neem has medicinal properties also. And he's called Vishwambhar because he's the Supreme Lord. Vishwambharo Dvijavaro Yugadharma Palo. And he is Shrivas Ishwar, Srinivasa Ishwar. He is the Lord of Srila Shrivas Thakur, also called as Srinivas. Srinivas are synonyms. And Bhakta Samuha Chitachor. Again, there is nice stories about how Mahaprabhu would steal the minds of the assembled devotees. Bhakta Samuha Chitachor. Our chitta also has been stolen. We are absorbed in remembering Mahaprabhu, in remembering the Leela of Mahaprabhu. This is what Mahaprabhu does. He steals the hearts of all his devotees. Bhakta Samuha Chitachor. Nadia Shashadhara. He is the moon of Nadia. He is Nadia Chandra. Mayapur Ishwar. He is the Lord of Mayapur. Nama Pravartana Sura. And he is that hero, the Sura, the great devotee, who is Nama Pravartan, who propagates the holy names of Krishna. He is Grihijana Shikshaka. As a Grahastha, he is the ideal Grahastha. He teaches all the Grahasthas, the Grahastha Dharma. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a Grahastha, every day it is said he would bring at least 4 to 5 sannyasis or senior devotees home for prasad. Imagine a husband every day is bringing 4 or 5 guests. Just imagine, every day he's bringing atithis and asking Vishnu Priya Devi and Shachi Mata to serve them prasad. Very nicely he would serve. As a Grahastha, he's teaching us the ideal behavior of a Grahastha. Grahastha must be Atithi Sevak, Grihijana Shikshaka. In so many ways, Mahaprabhu taught how a Grahastha should be. In his house, there was a temple of Adhokshaja Vishnu, Damodar Shaligram Shila. Every morning, Mahaprabhu would perform puja seva. Mahaprabhu would associate with only devotees. Mahaprabhu would do Harinam Sankirtan as a Grahastha. Mahaprabhu would preach. Mahaprabhu would organize so many Kirtan festivals, drama festivals. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling us, teaching us that being a Grahastha is not an excuse to be a materialist. Even as a Grahastha, one should be completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Grihi Jana Shikshaka. If we are Grahasthas, our ideal Grahastha is Shri Vishnu Priya Devi and Shri Nimai Vishwambhar Bhagwan. And Nyasi Kula Nayaka. Now, if someone says, "Oh, I am a sannyasi, who is my role model?" Yatijana Chudamani Mahaprabhu. He is Nyasi Kula Nayaka. Nyasi means sannyasi. Kula means all the assembly of all the sannyasis. Their Nayak, their hero is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is sitting in the assembly of all the sannyasis in Varanasi, headed by Prakashananda Saraswati and his thousands of disciples. And Mahaprabhu is the king, the Nayak, the hero of all the sannyasis. He is manifesting such effulgence. Oh, all of them are drawn to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is Nyasi Kula Nayak. And he is Madhava Radha Bhav Pur. He is the abode, Pur. He is the abode of Madhav Radha Bhav. He is Madhav. his supreme personality of Godhead in Radha Bhav. Madhava Radha Bhav. Pur. He is Lord Madhav, but with Radharani's Bhav. Hari Bol, Madhav Radha Bhav Pur. Sarvabhauma Shodhana. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was filled with impersonal philosophy and Jativad. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was purified by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gajapati is the king of Jagannath Puri, Maharaj Pratap Rudra, Gajapati Tarana. And he was a savior of Gajapati. Gajapati really wanted Mahaprabhu's shelter, and Mahaprabhu gave him, accepted him. Gajapati Taran. Ramananda Poshan, he is the nurturer of Ramananda Rai, because Ramananda is like Ramananda Rai is like a ocean, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that. Um, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Ramananda Rai is like the ocean, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the sorry, I take it back. Ramananda Rai is like the rain cloud, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the ocean. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. He's Gaura Sagar. He is the ocean, and the water of the ocean evaporates and nourishes the cloud, forms the cloud. And therefore, Ramananda Rai is considered to be like the cloud, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is considered like the ocean. The cloud gets its water from evaporation of the ocean water. So, cloud is completely dependent on the ocean. Ramananda Rai, being the cloud, is completely dependent on the ocean called Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But yet, it was the cloud, Ramananda Rai, who gave pearls to Ratnakar, ocean. Ocean is called Ratnakar, Bhakti Ratnakar, means the ocean of Bhakti. Bhakti Sindhu, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Another name is Bhakti Ratnakar, Shri Narhari Chakravarti. So, ocean is called Ratnakar because in the ocean many Ratna are produced. And how, for example, pearl, beautiful moti, pearl is found, mukta is found in the ocean. How it is found in the ocean? Our Shastra describes that in the Swati Nakshatra, when the raindrop falls inside an oyster, the oyster comes to the surface of the ocean, and when the raindrop of Swati Nakshatra falls inside the oyster closes and then goes down deep into the ocean. And that raindrop, which is pure distilled water, it causes irritation and calcium deposits and everything inside the oyster, and that becomes the cause of the production of a beautiful round pearl. And in this way, the ocean is able to give pearl because of the raindrop from the Swati Nakshatra cloud. Similarly, when Ramananda Rai showered beautiful Swati Nakshatra raindrops in the form of Rai Ramananda Samvad, Mahaprabhu would ask question, speak about Srimati Radharani, and Ramananda Rai would speak about Srimati Radharani. They were like shower of nectar raindrops. And in the ocean of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the oysters would capture those raindrops, and Mahaprabhu in his heart, inside, deep inside the ocean, in his heart, would become enriched by pearls, which were given by Ramananda Rai. Because in Rai Ramananda Samvad, it is Ramananda Rai who is speaking nectar, and it is Mahaprabhu who is asking questions. So even though the cloud is produced by the ocean, it is the cloud that gives the ocean beautiful jewels like pearls. In the same way, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, it was Ramananda Rai, the cloud, who gave jewel, pearl like um, uh, nectar drops, causing jewels like pearls in the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the ocean. So, therefore, he is called Ramananda Poshana because the cloud is nourished by water of evaporation from the ocean. And he's Veera. He's a great hero. He was not scared of Chandkazi also. Marched to the palace of Chandkazi in a revolution and defeated Chandkazi. Mahaprabhu is not afraid. Mahaprabhu went right in the midst of the Bhattahari tribes who were armed with machetes and swords and daggers and fearlessly defeated them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated the group of Pathans. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is never afraid. Even tiger, Mahaprabhu would walk up to ferocious tiger and kick the tiger in the head and say, chant Hare Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Hari. The tiger would start chanting. Mahaprabhu is Veer. He is the greatest hero, fearless. Rupananda Vardhana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by giving Rupa Shiksha, increased the bliss of Sri Rupa Goswami. By asking Rupa Goswami to write bhakti literatures, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu increased the ecstasy of Sri Rupa Goswami. Rupa Ananda Vardhan. Mahaprabhu increased the bliss of Sri Rupa Goswami. Sri Sanatana Palan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the maintainer of Sanatan Goswami, who was suffering very badly from a skin disease, who was contemplating ending his life. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like his maintainer, embraced him and completely cured his skin disease and gave him full shelter. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would also bring prasad every day for Haridas Thakur and Sri Sanatan Goswami as they lived at Gambhira. So this Rupananda Vardhana, Sanatana Palana, Haridasa Modana is taken one after the other together because all three of them lived together at Siddhavakul in Jagannath Puri. Rupa Goswami came to Jagannath Puri, 10 months lived with Sri Haridas Thakur. And Sri Sanatan Goswami came to Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, stayed with Srila Haridas Thakur at Siddhavakul also. So they are clubbed together. Rupananda Vardhana, by reading the poetry of Rupa Goswami that Rupa Goswami had hidden on the thatched hut roof. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu increased his bliss. Rupananda Vardhana, Sanatan Palana, maintained Sanatan Goswami, bringing prasad for him, curing his skin disease, giving him service, and asking all the devotees to bless Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. He maintained them. And Haridasa Modana. And he is the delight of Srila Haridas Thakur. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always glorifying the holy names, always encouraging Srila Haridas Thakur to chant. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving delight to Srila Haridas Thakur. And also, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made Srila Haridas Thakur the Nam Acharya forever, for all times to come. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave delight to Srila Haridas Thakur by giving him a residence very close to his own residence in Jagannath Puri and asking Haridas Thakur, Haridas, for the rest of your life, you stay with me in Jagannath Puri. Can someone give him a nice little kutir in a solitary place where he can peacefully sit and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? And immediately in a garden, Siddhavakul, a solitary place, a kutir was given to Srila Haridas Thakur to sit and do japa. In front of that kutir, again a tulsi plant was planted. Now the only thing was that Haridas Thakur was not allowed inside Jagannath temple. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Are Haridas, why do you worry? Taking darshan of the kalash, the chakra on top of the kalash of Jagannath temple, having darshan of the chakra is non-different from having darshan of Jagannath. And look, I have given you a place at Siddhavakul. From here, look, you can see the shikhar, you can see the chakra on top of Jagannath temple. And Haridas looked at, Mahaprabhu said, every day you take darshan. Taking darshan of that chakra is as good as taking darshan of Jagannath. And if you have any doubt, I am Jagannath. I will personally come and give you darshan. Every day I will come to you. Every day I will bring Upalabhog Mahaprasad for Jagannath Mahaprasad for you. Every day I will come sit with you and talk about Nam Mahatmya every single day with you. Our conversations will be recorded in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Terila. Our conversations will be later on retold by Thakur Bhakti Vinod Mahashay in the book Harinam Chintamani. Hari Bol. Haridas Modan. Mahaprabhu gave so much bliss to Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. Did so much for him. Haridas Thakur's last desire was, Mahaprabhu, I want to die. But I want to die with your lotus feet on my chest. With my eyes, I want to look at your beautiful moon-like face, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Sundar. And on my tongue, I want to say, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri is our Barsana, Shriji, Radharani, Srimati Radharani. Krishna is Krishna. And Chaitanya is you. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Shri Krishna Chaitanya is all the three names. Srimati Radharani, Shri Krishna, and Shri Chaitanya. My last words, because if I say Hare Krishna, it is Radha Krishna, but I want to chant the names of you also, Mahaprabhu. So Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, and Chaitanya. Therefore, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna nahe anya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Mahaprabhu placed his lotus foot on his chest. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. In the mood of the Vraj Gopis. Yatte Sujata Charanam Vuruham Staneshu. Aha. Shri Haridas Thakur in the mood of the Gopis with lotus foot of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his chest, on his heart, looking at the beautiful moon-like face of Mahaprabhu with all the devotees surrounding and doing Harinam Sankirtan, having taken blessings of all the assembled devotees like Nityananda Prabhu, Vakreshwar Pandit, Ityadi. Shri Haridas Thakur, in the presence of Swarup Damodar Goswami Ramananda Rai, gazing at the beautiful moon-like face of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Haridasa Modan. Mahaprabhu fulfilled every desire of Srila Haridas Thakur. And Mahaprabhu is Dhira, very grave. When Sri Lakshmi Priya Devi passed away, Mahaprabhu was very grave, Dhira. So many things happened in the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His own students criticized him. Mahaprabhu took the decision, I must take sannyas, Dhira. Mahaprabhu was very composed, very tolerant, very grave, very deep, Dhira. Mahaprabhu's friend wrote a book on Vyakaran. At the same time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had written the original Harinamamrit Vyakaran. As soon as Mahaprabhu came to know, his friend has also written a little book on Sanskrit, and he's concerned that if Mahaprabhu's book is publicized, then who will read my book? Mahaprabhu took his own book and threw it in the Ganga, gone forever. Dhira. Mahaprabhu was very grave, very self-controlled. Vrajarasa Bhavana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source of Vrajras, and he is completely immersed in Vrajras. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu primarily came to give Vraj Bhakti. Therefore, Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajeshatanayas. Sri Chaitanya, this is the teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam. That Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajeshatanayas, Tad Dham Vrindavanam. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is immersed in Vrajras. Therefore, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source of all Vrajras. He is Rasraj. He is called Vrajarasa Bhavan. Mahaprabhu is immersed in Vrajaras. What a beautiful name of Mahaprabhu, Vrajarasa Bhavan. Shripad Vaisheshika Maharaj gave this name to one of his disciples from Atlanta, Balaram Prabhu. He has become Vrajarasa Bhavan, name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is completely immersed in Vrajaras. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always immersed in Vrajaras, giving us Vraj Bhakti. Hari Bol. Vrajaras Bhavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. And Dushtamata Shatana. So many times, false arguments, false philosophies, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely destroyed. Whether it was the Pathans, whether it was Chandkazi, whether it was Prakashananda Saraswati, whether it was the Buddhists in the jungle, doesn't matter who it was. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Dushta Mata Shatan. He destroys the wicked materialistic philosophies. And Kapati Vighatana Kam. He is the purger of Kapat. Because remember, in the beginning we discussed, Kali Yuga is characterized by Kapat, hypocrisy. Kapat Lati iti Kali, Ka, and Kalaha Lati iti Kali. That is the two Ka of Kali. And Lati means to bring. Kapatalati iti Kali and Kalahalati iti Kali. Kali Yuga is that which is characterized by Kapat and Kalaha. Kalaha and Kapat. And Kapata Vighatana Kam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu purges the hypocrisy from the heart. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes our heart nirmal, Chetodarpana Marjanam. He makes our heart pure, removes all hypocrisy from our heart. Kapata Vighatana Kam. And he is calm. He is the original Kamdev. Hari Bol. In Kam Gayatri Mantra, we worship Krishna as the original Kamdev. This original Kamdev, Gopinath, Krishna, Govinda, Madan Mohan, he is non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Non-different from Sri Chaitanya. Jai Gaura Sai Krishna, Sai Jagannath. He is the original Kamdev who attracts us, makes our heart completely nirmal, pure, removes all kapat and all other Shadaripu, the six enemies, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mad, Matsarya, from our heart. And Shuddha Bhakata Palana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the nourisher, he is the maintainer of the pure devotees. बेचारे प्योर डिवोटी श्री रंगनाथ में बैठकर भगवत गीता उल्टी सीधी पढ़ रहे थे, शुद्ध अशुद्ध नहीं जानी, बट स्टिल आई एम रीडिंग गुरु आज्ञा मानी. Everybody was laughing at him. But Mahaprabhu came, embraced him, and told him, "You are the real knower of Bhagavad Gita." From that day, everybody respected him. Shuddha Bhakta Palana Mahaprabhu. Shushka Jnana Tadana. And if someone has just some dry knowledge, having fake bhakti, Sri Mahaprabhu will nicely chastise them. Tadan. Mahaprabhu, Shushka Jnana Tadana. For example, that Ramdas Vipra. Not the Ramdas Vipra of South India, who was a pure devotee, but the other one, Ramdas Vishwas, who was pretending to be a devotee, but actually he was a Shushka Jnani. His whole purpose was to cultivate knowledge of Ram and to one day become Ram. I want to become Ram. So that Ramdas was completely neglected by Mahaprabhu. In that way, he was chastised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Shushka Jnana Tadana. And also so many jnanis, Mahaprabhu humbled them by giving them pure bhakti and teaching them the higher principle of bhakti. Chala bhakti, Dushana Rama. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not only nourishes the pure devotees, not only expels dry knowledge, Shushka Jnana from our heart, but he also demolishes false bhakti. Chala bhakti. Sometimes people pretend to be devotees, but they are not actually devotees. They simply pretend to be devotees. And Mahaprabhu is very expert at exposing them and bringing them to the right path. For example, the parents of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Govardhan Majumdar, his wife, and Govardhan Majumdar's brother, Hiranya Majumdar. Everybody thought they were great devotees, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said they are like worms in the stool. Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, your parents are like worms in the stool because they are just loitering in immense wealth, just languishing their time in comforts and luxuries of materialistic life. Mahaprabhu is Chala Bhakti Dushana. He will remove, demolish false bhakti and show us the path of pure bhakti. And he used their son, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, as the example of Prayojanacharya, teaching us the highest zenith of Bhakti, Bhakti Parakashta. And he is ultimately Ram, the reservoir of all rasa, the reservoir of all anand, the reservoir of all enjoyment, the reservoir of all pleasure. He is Ram. He is Krishna and he is Ram, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So such a beautiful bhajan this is, glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Such a nice meditation. So let's sing it one more time. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj says, Kali Kukura Kadan Jadi Chao He Kali Yuga Pavan Kali Bhayanashana Shri Shachinandana Gao He Gadadhara Madana Nitayera Pranadhana Advatera Prapujita Gora Nimai Vishwambhara Srinivasa Ishvara Bhakta Samuha Chitta Chora नदिया शशधर मायापुर ईश्वर नाम प्रवर्तन सूर गृहजन शिक्षक न्यासिकुल नायक माधव राधा भावपूरा सार्वभौम शोधन गजपति तारण रामानंद पोषण वीरा रूपानंद वरधन सनातन पालन हरिदास मोदन धीरा व्रजरस भावना दुष्टमत शातन कपटी विघातन काम शुद्ध भक्त पालन शुष्क ज्ञान ताड़न छल भक्ति दूषण राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 15, text 79. एक दिन फल दश संस्कार करिया भोग लगाइते सेवक आई ललैया. So, whose glories are we discussing? How many of you remember? Please raise your hand. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bidding farewell to different devotees. And who is he um, glorifying now? Yes, Ananta Vilas Prabhu.
He's glorifying, Mahaprabhu is glorifying Raghav Pandit.
Yes, Mahaprabhu is telling us the glories of Sri Raghav Pandit. And Sri Raghav Pandit lives in which city? Which town? Okay. Shama Karunamai Mataji.
Panihat.
Panihati Dham. Yes.
Panihati.
Yes, very good. Sri Raghav Pandit is in Panihati Dham. From Panihati Dham, he comes to Nilachal every year to meet Mahaprabhu. Now, Mahaprabhu is bidding farewell to Sri Raghav Pandit, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is broadcasting and glorifying the transcendental qualities of Raghav Pandit, and also how Sri Raghav Pandit performs first class worship of Krishna, and how Lord Krishna enjoys the first class puja offered by Sri Raghav Pandit. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told us yesterday that Sri Raghav Pandit, he never compromises in his service to Lord Krishna. He can buy cheap coconuts, which are quite okay in quality, locally in Navadvip. But no, he will travel 20 miles where you get extremely sweet and first class, top class quality coconuts. He will bring those coconuts, 5 to 7 coconuts every day, he will purchase for a much higher price, traveling 20 miles. And he will come, he will chip off the top of the coconut and then dip the coconut in cool water to make the coconut water also chilled. And then at the time of offering it to Krishna, Raghav Pandit takes that coconut, cuts off the top so that now the water is available, and he offers that nice, sweet, fresh, cool, refreshing coconut water to his deity of Shri Krishna. And Krishna is so Leela Bihari that as Raghav Pandit is sitting and offering, Krishna actually drinks few of the coconuts, and few coconuts he leaves like that for Raghav Pandit. When Raghav Pandit opens his eyes and sees, some of the coconuts have been drunk by Krishna. Raghav Pandit's happiness knows no bounds, no limits. He's so unlimitedly happy. He goes and he removes the nice malai pulp from inside the coconut, keeps it on a plate, and offers that malai to Krishna, and goes outside, that closes the door, goes outside, sits and meditates on Krishna. Krishna, please enjoy this coconut pulp. Enjoy this malai. This is from the best coconuts, because everything best belongs to you, my dear Radha and Krishna. Please eat. And then when he goes inside later on, he sees that Krishna has actually eaten the pulp, and Raghav Pandit becomes so happy. So that's where we left off yesterday. Now let's read what happens. Mahaprabhu says, one day something happened. Ekadina phala dasha samskara kariya. It so happened that one day, Sri Raghav Pandit um, brought this top quality, expensive 10 coconuts one day, and properly clipped them, and they were brought by a servant to offer to the deity. Raghav Pandit must be doing some service for Krishna. So he engaged his sevak also in the service. Bhoga lagaite sevak aila laya. The servant of Sri Raghav Pandit, he came to offer the coconuts, 10 coconuts, to the deity of Sri Krishna. And then let's see what happens. Very important lesson for all of us in deity worship. Avasara nahi haya vilamba haila. Phala patra hate sevak dware tarahila. When the coconuts were brought, there was a little time to offer. The servant was a little late in bringing the coconuts. So the time of the offering was almost there. So this servant was in a little haste. And because it was already late, the servant was in a hurry. And the servant holding the container of coconuts remained standing at the door. Dware tarahila. He remained standing at the door. Dwarera upara bhite teho hata dila. Sei hate phala chunila pandit dekhila. Raghav Pandit that saw that the servant touched the ceiling above the door. See, on top of the door, sometimes it is possible that some dust must have settled. And this servant, he touched the top of the door, the ceiling above the door, and then touched the coconut with the same hand. He was waiting. Oh, I'm so tired, I'm late. Okay, please now let me go inside and offer. Okay. And those same dirty hands, while in the middle of offering, when he was about to go and offer, he touched it to the dust above the door, and then he touched the coconuts to go inside. He touched the coconuts with that same hand where he had touched the top of the door. पंडित कहे द्वारे लोक करेगा तायाते तारा पद धूली उड़ी लागे ऊपर भीते. Sri Raghav Pandit then said, people are always coming and going through that door of the temple, and the dust from their feet blows up and touches the ceiling. It is there. The top of the door we don't clean every day. There may be some dust, and that dust may be contaminated. from the feet of so many people who come to temple for darshan. Hundreds of people come. Sei bhite hat diya phala parasila. Krishna yogya nahe phala apavitra haila. Now those expensive coconuts for which Raghav Pandit had spent so much money, so much effort, because that perhaps that dust had contaminated that offering which was about to be offered to Krishna. Fearing this, Raghav Pandit felt that those coconuts are not fit for offering to Krishna. Krishna Yogya Nahe. After touching the ceiling above the door where there was dust from people's feet, you have touched the coconuts. Now these coconuts are no longer fit to be offered to Krishna because they are contaminated. Apavitra Hila. Hare Krishna. Such was the high standard of Raghav Pandit. Therefore, while doing puja, we should not put our hands here and there. Should be very um, focused on what we are doing. Many things we have to be careful, especially cell phone, because cell phone we keep it on the dining table while we are eating. Cell phone we keep here and there, and then that same cell phone we keep very close to us where we are doing puja seva. So that may not be good. We should keep it far away somewhere on a stand, but not in the area where we are doing puja seva, because that cell phone has gone everywhere. We have held the cell phone while eating food when we are in a contaminated state. Sometimes the cell phone may be touched. Sometimes the cell phone may even be have taken inside the bathroom. Who knows where all that cell phone has gone? We have taken the cell phone outside the house. We have put the cell phone in the car, in dirty places. And that same cell phone we take inside the puja room where we are doing puja. So cell phone should be kept outside. If we want to hear Hari Katha, we can have another device inside the puja room which stays there only. Or we can keep the phone outside the puja room and put it on speaker so we can hear inside also. Or, and also have seen AirPods. Sometimes devotees like to use those earphones while doing puja seva. They want to hear, and then they take it out and keep it there only. Now that earphone has gone inside the ear where there is dirty earwax, and that you are keeping in the puja room here and there on table. It is extremely muchi, very dirty. We should not do that. When we are doing puja seva, we should wear clean clothes, we should be freshly bathed, and we should only do puja, not touch here and there. We should not touch the floor in the middle of worshipping the deities. Hmm? Once we do achaman and we are ready to go, we should just do puja, finish puja, and then do other things. So this cleanliness is very important. It pleases Lord Krishna. It pleases Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should maintain cleanliness. Srila Prabhupada said, puja seva means two things, punctuality and cleanliness. Purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada states that Sri Raghav Pandit was not simply a crazy fellow suffering from some cleansing mania. Yesterday, Radhabha was telling that it is mentioned in the Shastra that even if you drink water, you are contaminated. When you eat, you become contaminated. You have to do achaman, you have to cleanse yourself. But even if you go and good, drink water, now you are contaminated. You cannot do puja. So even after drinking water, one should wash hands. One should do achaman before serving the deity. So one devotee was listening and commented that I think whoever is doing this has got obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. That after drinking water, wash hands. Anything you do, wash hands. What is this nonsense? Actually said like that. The devotees have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. After drinking water also you want to wash your hands. What? That makes no sense. Well, it may not make sense, but when we do the prakriya of drinking or eating, our saliva gets activated. We become unclean. When we pass water, we become unclean. We go to shauchalaya, we become unclean. We eat or drink, we become unclean. So we cannot serve the deity like that. Therefore, take a bath and immediately first thing you go and you do puja. Next half an hour, 1 hour, you do puja, and then you can drink water, you can do other things. But if you drink water, you have to wash your hands, do achaman. It's not obsessive compulsive disorder, as this fellow commented. That is a material way of looking at it. The spiritual way is that I am serving Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna, Vraja Radha Krishna Seva Pavai Abhilashi. So you have to do it with great honor, great respect. Adarat. With great respect we should serve. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada knows our mentality. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says that Sri Raghav Pandit was not simply a crazy fellow suffering from some cleansing mania. He did not belong to the mundane world because he had Vaikuntha consciousness. He had Golok Vrindavan consciousness. In lower consciousness, accepting something to be spiritual when it is actually material is called Bhauma Ijjati, as a famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam says. Bhauma Ijjati. Lower consciousness, accepting something to be spiritual when it is actually material. Mera desh mahan, mera samaj mahan, my lion club, my rotary club, my this samaj, my that samaj. They will do so much seva for their group. That is called Bhauma Ijjati. Just because you are born in a certain city, born in a certain country, born in a certain race, born in a certain samaj, you consider that that is Ijja. It is worshipable. Whatever it is, we consider it to be Ijja. That is called accepting something material to be something spiritual. That is a lower consciousness. Sri Raghav Pandit was an eternal servant of Lord Krishna, as Devoti Mataji pointed out yesterday. Sri Raghav Pandit is Sri Dhanishtha Gopi from Nanda Bhavan, very intimate friend of Srimati Radharani. Sri Raghav Pandit was an eternal servant of Sri Krishna, and everything he saw was related to the service of Lord Krishna. Sri Raghav Pandit was always absorbed in the transcendental thought of how he could always serve Krishna with everything. That is called Yukta Vairagya. Nothing for me, everything for Krishna. How everything can be used in Krishna's service. Seeing Krishna Sambandha of everything with Krishna. Sometimes neophytes, devotees on lower platform try to imitate Raghav Pandit on the platform of material purity and impurity. Such imitation will not help anyone. As explained in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antelila 4.174, Bhadra Bhadra Vastudnya Nahika Prakrite. On the transcendental platform, there is no higher or lower, pure or impure. On the material platform, however, there is distinction between gold and iron. There is distinction between good and bad. There is distinction between clean and unclean. But on the spiritual platform, everything is the same quality. Everything is Chinmay. Everything is Chinmay. Chinmay means spiritual. But material, there is Bhadra and there is Abhadra. There is Shuchi and there is Muchi. Therefore, Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastha Gatopyava Yaha Smare Pundarikaksha Sabhayabantara Shuchi. We become pure by remembering Krishna. We become contaminated by forgetting Krishna. Dvaite Bhadra Bhadra Jnyan Saba Mano Dharma Ei Bhala Ei Manda Ei Saba Brahma. In the material world, conceptions of good and bad are our mental speculations. Therefore, this saying, this is good, that is bad, is all a mistake. In the material conception, everything is dirty actually. So, this is the teaching that we are apavitra, but by meditating on Pavitra Krishna, we become pure. Like that. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a small child, that famous story is there in Gaur Lila, where Mahaprabhu sat on contaminated pots. You know that story? I was arguing with Shachi Mata that so what? The food also comes from earth. These pots are also made up of earth. So everything is one. He was preaching, trying to put forth the Mayavad philosophy to his mother. And Shachi Mata said, no, 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 no. If you eat nice prasad, you will become healthy. You will grow. If you eat mud, you will fall sick. So it is not all the same. Chalo niche utro. Chalo abhi. Snan karo. You are contaminated. You sat on all that jhuta pots. So Shachi Mata also corrected. एत बलि फल फिले प्राचीर लंघिया ऐछे पवित्र प्रेम सेवा जगजिनिया. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, such is the service of Sri Raghav Pandit. He did not accept the coconuts to be offered to Krishna. No, no, these are not Krishna Yogya. They are not fit to be offered to Krishna. They have become a pavitra. And Raghav Pandit threw those coconuts away. He did not accept the coconut but threw them over the wall. His service is purely based on unalloyed love and it conquers the whole world. Jagata Jinya. It is uncomparable, his service. It is all glorious because it is based on Pavitra Prem, pure love. He wants to offer the best to Krishna. Tabe ara nari kela samskara karaila Param pavitra kari bhoga lagaila. And not through those coconuts now Krishna you starve. No. Thereafter Sri Raghav Pandit had other nice coconuts gathered, cleansed and clipped, and with great attention, Parama pavitra kari bhoga lagaila. He then offered the coconut bhoga to his deities to eat. He made arrangement for the deity, but only with first class ingredients. এই মত কলা আমরা নারঙ্গ কাঠায়লা যাহা যাহা দূরে গ্রামে শুনিয়াছে ভালা. In this way, Raghav Pandit, from distant villages, he collects excellent bananas, excellent mangoes. So he's living in Navadvip, he will get Ratnagiri mango from Konkan. Yeah, some acharyas have commented that he would even have devotees go to Afghanistan and bring dry fruits from there. The best quality dry fruits I want to offer. You get the best kishmish there, go. Get best. It may take months, but get the best kishmish, get the best almonds from Afghanistan, from Kabul. Go. Like that. Raghav Pandit's service was very high class. Whatever was best, apples, go to Shimla and bring the best apples. We'll offer. Like that. Raghav Pandit. From distant places, he would get best bananas, best mangoes, best oranges, go to Nagpur. Get oranges from Nagpur. Like that, Raghav Pandit. He will offer the very best thing that Mother Earth had to produce to his Radha and Krishna. That is Raghav Pandit. He would bring jackfruits and whatever other first class fruits he heard about. He would hear that Kabul, you get very nice akrod. Okay, go to Kabul. I don't care where it is. Take the money, go. Bring the best akrod for my Radhesham. That was Raghav Pandit's. And for that you require money. बहुमूल्य दिया आणि करिया जतन पवित्र संस्कार करी करे निवेदन. All these fruits are collected from distant places and brought at a high price. Bahumulya. After trimming them with great care and purity, Raghav Pandit offers them to the Mahaprabhu is saying this. Raghav Pandit offers to his Radhesham best fruits collected from distant places at very high price. Bahumulya diya ani kariya yatan, with great effort he gets them. Pavitra samskar kari kare nivedan. He purifies them and offers them with so much love and purity to Krishna. This is Raghav Pandit. এই মত ব্যঞ্জনের শাকমূল ফল এই মত চিড়া হুডুম সন্দেশ সকল. In this way, with great care, Raghav Pandit prepares shak, spinach, vyanjan, other vegetables, radishes, fruits, chipped rice, powdered rice, and sweetmeats. Chida, chipped rice, because Panihati is famous for the Chida Dahi festival. So that had to be mentioned. In this way, sandesh, he makes nice sandesh and sakal, all other items. Also, he offers with the best ingredients, in the purest way they are cooked and offered first class. Raghav Pandit should be made the DT kitchen in charge. Everybody will be Raghav Pandit. This is Raghav Pandit. Mahaprabhu is so nicely glorifying. Ei mata pitha paya, kshira odana, param pavitra ara kare sarvottama. He prepares cake, sweet rice, condensed milk, and everything else with great attention. He will get the best milk to make condensed milk, best milk for rabdi, best milk for sweet rice, best milk for kheer, best milk for sandesh. Everything best quality sugar. Isn't it? Everywhere you can do best kesar. Like that. He was really offering everything first class for Krishna. That is a symptom of love. And the cooking conditions are purified so that the food is first class and delicious. Sarvottam. This is Sri Raghav Pandit's devotional service. Mahaprabhu is not stopping. He is just going on glorifying verse after verse Raghav Pandit. And we are enjoying. So Krishna willing, we will continue reading the devotional service of Sri Raghav Pandit tomorrow. This reminds me of one very sweet incident many years ago when my spiritual master, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, started the Pushpa Abhishek festival or Pushya Abhishek festival, because it happens in the Paush Mass. During this flower festival in Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, we could get Jhandu flowers, which are not very expensive. And you remove the petals of Jhandu flowers and you can make baskets and baskets of flower petals, and then you can do nice abhishek of Shri Shri Lalita Vishakha Radha Gopinath, Shri Giridhari Gopal, and Shri Shri Gaur Nitai, and Janardhan Shaligram Shila. nicely you can do Abhishek for them and Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh. And Maharaj said, yes, you can use Jhandu Fool, but also get other exotic flowers. And other expensive flowers, fragrant flowers were collected. And also some super exotic flowers, which were from countries like New Zealand, flowers from Holland, flowers, some special flowers growing in certain place of Africa, which are thousands and thousands of rupees. You have to place the order months in advance and they're shipped. And when the flower festival is there in Radha Gopinath temple, even today, there are some very, 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 very exotic flowers and some very easily flowers available flowers like jhandu. When there is shadi, marriage, even in marriage, there is decoration with big, 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 big jhandu, flowers. You make those strings of jhandu flowers, no? So they are the cheapest flowers. Jhandu flower, they grow anywhere. So there was jhandu flower, and they were the most exotic marigolds and other flowers. Flowers from America also were brought. Practically every continent. The best flowers they had to offer in that season, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj would order them. Even today he orders. Every year for the flower festival. There are many, many different beautiful fragrant flowers also in the mix. And total 1 ton of flowers are offered. 1 ton, that is 1000 pounds of flower petals. Huh? Flowers can be very heavy. Just the weight of the flower petals is 1000 pounds. 1 ton. More than 1 ton, flowers are bought and it costs lakhs and lakhs of rupees. So my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was questioned that this is, I think, waste of money. 1 ton you want to offer, then we can use Jhandu and some locally available flowers. Why waste so much money? That money can be used for something else. And Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, you don't understand my bhav. The best that the earth has to offer is meant for Shri Shri Lalita Vishakha Radha Gopinath Ji. And we, as their maidservants, have the responsibility to somehow or the other get it. This money is not waste. In fact, spending this money gives the greatest pleasure to the Guru Parampara when they see first class deity worship being offered to Radha Gopinath. You see, Shri Vigrah Aradhana Nitya Nana Shringara Tan Mandira Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktam Niyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. The characteristic of Shri Guru is that Shri Vigrah, Shri Vigrah, they are not Murti. They are not marble statues or metal statues. They are Shri Vigraha. They are Sakshat Radha Krishna. Pratima nahi tumi Sakshat Brajendra Nandan. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita describes. For Shri Vigraha, who are Sakshat Radha Gopinath, Shri Vigraha Aradhana, the worship, Archana of Shri Vigraha is done first class under the guidance of Shri Guru. Shri Vigraha Aradhana Nitya Nana Shringar and different Shringar. Every day you are doing Jhandu Fool. So now you get special flowers also. You get these flowers, you get lilies, you get jasmine, you get marigolds, you get rose, you get lotus flowers. Very nice flowers. You get flowers from Shimla, you get flowers from Kulu Valley. Yes, Maharaj tells like this. Idhar se lao, udhar se lao. I have heard there are very beautiful flowers growing there. Go bring from there. And so much money is spent on that Pushpa Abhishek festival in Radha Gopinath Mandir. Shringar, Nana Shringar, different types of decoration. And Maharaj was even asked that, Maharaj, so much money we are spending, why not get real jewelry for Radha Gopinath? Real gold, real diamonds, real pearls, and have them for Radha Gopinath. And that time Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, no, don't do that. Because I don't want my pujaris to get contaminated or to become greedy, or I don't want any fall down to happen because of Maharaj said you can make very beautiful jewelry from fake jewelry also. You do it like that. But I don't want to hear that something has been stolen from the deity's paraphernalia because some pujari became overcome by greed and wrong mentality. Maharaj said, I don't want that. Just keep it simple. but make it very beautiful that it looks like it is real jewelry. And you offer it with love, saying that Krishna, please accept this as real, real diamonds, real pearls, real jewelry. But Maharaj is very practical because Maharaj knows he's not there every day watching like this. But at the same time, Maharaj is wanting to give the best service to Shri Radha Gopinath ji. So these very expensive flowers are brought. And this verse, Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur says, Shri Vigraha Aradhana Nityanana Shringara Tan Mandira Marjanadav Yuktasya Bhaktam Chaniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Shri Guru becomes very happy by engaging the disciples in such elaborate, tasteful deity worship. Gurudev is very pleased when first class deity worship is offered. And therefore, in that Pushpa Abhishek, I remember Maharaj was justifying spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Maharaj said, it is the best use of Lakshmi for Radha Gopinath. When Lakshmi is used in the service of Radha Gopinath, Lakshmi ji is very happy. So that money is meant to be used in Krishna's service. So it is not a wastage. Don't see it as wastage. And here the word uses Mandir Marjan. And I remember after every Pushya Abhishek festival, all the flowers are offered to Radha Gopinath, and then Maharaj says, now it is Mahaprasad. Now these flower petals should be offered to the devotees, and devotees can throw and play like a holi of flower petals. They are Mahaprasad, and all the devotees are having so much fun throwing at each other. And then there are flower petals in every nook and corner of Radha Gopinath Mandir. And now it is almost midnight, and 4:30 is Mangal Aarti. Well, in Radha Gopinath, it's 5 o'clock Mangal Aarti because of court case. Neighbors complained 4:30 is too much. They went to Supreme Court. They went to Bombay High Court. And 21 cases were filed against Radha Gopinath Mandir. Bombay, na, everybody stays very close by. Mangal Aarti they can hear even with closed doors. They said 4:30 is too much. So then the judge said 5 a.m. you can have. Therefore, it's the only ISKCON temple in the whole world, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, where Mangal Aarti is at 5 a.m. Now 5 a.m. is Mangal Aarti. It is already midnight by the time this all throwing and devotees have enjoyed and taken prasad and everybody is happy. And there is so much friendship when you throw flower petals at each other. I have experienced it. It is so amazing experience. And Maharaj is there and Kirtan is going on throughout. Continuous Kirtan is going on. And those short Pushpabhishek classes also that Maharaj gives, they are just half an hour classes, but they are some of the sweetest classes of the whole year that Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj gives. The Pushpabhishek classes, my favorite. The Shivaji Park Rath Yatra classes, it is amazing. In that Rath Yatra, there are people who come, lakhs of people come who don't know anything much about Krishna consciousness. And if you analyze the classes of Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, those Shivaji Park Rath Yatra classes, public classes, are some of the most esoteric and deepest classes that Maharaj gives. More esoteric and deeper than the Radha Gopinath morning Bhagavatam class. It is amazing. Maharaj is talking about Srimati Radharani. Maharaj is talking about Vipralambha Bhav. Maharaj is quoting from Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj's Embankment of Separation. And Maharaj speaks one sentence and there is Marathi translation by Nanda Dulal Prabhu or some other devotee. It is going line by, you hear. And they are literally 30, 45-minute classes. But they are so sweet and so deep. Amazing how Maharaj can do that to speak to public and speak such deep philosophy. So anyway, now it's past midnight. The Pushabhishek festival has made everyone mad and intoxicated. Everybody had a great time. Everybody's tired, dancing. First of all day they have been plucking the petals. Petals are plucked on the same morning. So they are fresh and soft. Everybody is working since morning. Everybody is dead, tired. Mandira Marjan. Then Maharaj says, now the fun part begins. Now let us clean the whole temple. And Maharaj says, tomorrow morning when I give Bhagavatam class, next day morning Maharaj gives Bhagavatam class. After Pushpavi, Maharaj says, tomorrow morning when I give Bhagavatam class, I'm going to look. And even if there is one flower petal on the chandelier, you have failed. You get F grade. Marjan should be very clean. Maharaj says after the Ras Leela at night, the Manjaris clean the whole Ras Mandap. And next day, when Radha Krishna come there, there is no trace that Ras Leela took place. That is Manjari Seva. We have to protect the Parakiya Bhav. Nobody should come to know that here Ras Leela took place. Everything should be spick and span clean. That marjan is as important as throwing the flower petals on Radha Gopinath. Because this is their temple, it should be chak clean. And then all the devotees are sitting all night cleaning the temple, especially the brahmacharis. They are so glorious. And then next day morning, Maharaj comes and inspects every nook, corner, some crevice between the wood, is there a single flower petal there? And it is never there. And next day in Bhagavatam class, you can hear Maharaj mentions, I looked and I could not find even one flower petal. So all of you get full marks. Good job. Shri Vigraha Aradhana Nityanana Shringara Tanmandir Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktamscha Niyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. These are the meditations when we sing these beautiful songs. Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Satyarama Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for sharing such a beautiful pastime of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, I just wanted to share one small thing.
Yes, please.
My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj,
Right.
before Maharaj's Sannyas Diksha, Guru Maharaj's, I don't know, you call it Brahmachari name? I don't know, Prabhuji. Prabhupada named him Raghav Pandit Das.
Hari Bol. And then sannyas name is Srila
Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj.
Raghav Pandit Das. Jai Ho. Prabhupada gave that name. So wonderful. Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing that, sweet. Anybody else would like to share something? Pradyumna Prabhu, Devavati Mataji, Sudevi Gopi Mataji, Manohar Gopal Prabhu, Shama Karuname Mataji, Ananta Vilas Prabhu, Ashtasaki Mataji. Anything that comes to your mind about Raghav Pandit's first class devotional service? Radhika Bhakti Mataji, Nanda Kumar Prabhu. Priti Lakshana, anything you remember about His Holiness Srila Bhakti Dhir Damodar Maharaj and his service to Shri Shri Radha Sham Sundar? Yes, Radhika Bhakti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai
Hare
Srila.
Krishna.
I just want to share, but it is not related to Raghav Pandit Prabhu. It's just last weekend on Ram Navami day, I went to Bhakti Center. Maharaj gave Ramayan class
4.5 hours.
on 4.5 hours.
Hare Krishna.
Was such a,
Nama Gane Sada Ruchi.
yes,
Asaktistat Gunakhyane.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just request everybody to watch that 4-hour lecture. You will be lost of Ramayana. And Maharaj, I have never seen Maharaj, like I've never hardly see Maharaj, but at 9:40, everybody, it's a Sunday night, right? Everybody has to go 9:40. And Maharaj is saying, I feel very bad. So let me, and everybody, as most of them are fasting. So let me stop. He stopped the class. After 5 minutes, I please want to share one more story.
Hare Krishna.
Went on till 10 o'clock. Maharaj's face was so lit up and the energy was like amazing. He was like, I was so like delighted. So please hear that
Hare
lecture.
Krishna. Maharaj is 74 now.
Yeah,
In December, he will be 75.
he sat on the Vyasasan. Same energy, Prabhu. We are moving and we are falling like we are like not even sitting straight. But Maharaj is so lost in the Ramayana. He could have gone 1 more hour.
Hare Krishna. And actually, Mataji, I saw you in the video.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw you and I saw Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu from Baltimore also with Mataji. So I was so happy to see all of you. Feeling very happy for you all that you got to be with Maharaj for so many hours.
After that class also, Prabhu, he still met with everybody for another half an hour, like 10:40. He's still same patience, like oh my God, I don't know.
Hare Krishna.
That's all, Prabhu. I just thought of sharing.
Thank you. Priti Lakshana, you want to share something? You have assisted Guru Maharaj so many times in his service to Shri Shri Radha Sham Sundar. Haven't you?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
पिताजी प्रणाम। मैंने पर्सनली महाराज की डीटी वर्शिप में सेवा नहीं दी, बस आई हैव जस्ट स्टिच द ड्रेस ऑफ श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर इन
Hari Bol.
डिफरेंट सर्विसेज। That's all what I have done.
Hare Krishna.
Padam Vaishnav sir.
You are very fortunate. Very fortunate. Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing that. So thank you, dear devotees. I also have to go to the hospital now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai.